following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
A deadly virus has been found in McDonough County, and we spoke to the county health department on how to protect yourself. Find out coming up.
And a Macomb store is closing its doors, along with others across the country. Find out what is happening this week at the store and when it closes ahead.
Autumn is around the corner and temps are still in the 90s. Our fall temperatures in the future. Storm Team 3's Devin Biggs has your look at the 5-day forecast.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
A new federal law is affecting how Western Illinois University pays its employees. Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 4. I'm Emily Manley.
And I'm Megan Sanchez. Budget Director Matt Bierman says any non-salaried employee who receives above $23,000 is eligible for overtime right now. After December 1st, non-salaried employees making over $48,000 will be affected. Bierman says the university must be in compliance by December 1st, but that they will still be fine-tuning the rules after that date.
And a major local business is closing its doors. The Macomb Kmart is going out of business. The Canton and Galesburg locations have already closed. Yahoo Finance says the Macomb Kmart and Springfield Kmart are among 64 stores closing across 28 states. Sears owns the building here in Macomb. Liquidation sales will begin on Thursday, and the Macomb store itself is estimated to close by mid-December.
A potentially deadly virus is showing up in Macomb. We visited the lab that realized it was becoming a problem locally.
Freeze this to kill the mosquitoes, and then we sort them out, pull all the ones out that are the correct genus and species that would transmit West Nile, and then we can grind them up and basically make a mosquito soup, and then we test to see whether or not there are West Nile virus proteins in the sample.
It's the West Nile virus, and it's carried by mosquitoes. The WIU lab that discovered it in Macomb also had a bird that tested positive with the virus. West Nile is reproduced in birds, but it is carried by mosquitoes. We caught up with Stephanie Johnson at the McDonough County Health Department. She told us about the hazards of the virus.
Coma and death can happen in the most severe of cases, which is less than 1% of cases. And normally those severe cases are in individuals who are 50 years or older.
Severe cases cause swelling in the brain and spinal cord, but those cases are rare. Johnson said most people with the virus, about 80% of them, don't show any symptoms at all. Mild cases include headaches and muscle aches. The best way to protect yourself is to avoid mosquitoes, wear bug spray, especially at dusk. You can also prevent the spread of West Nile by dumping out standing water, which mosquitoes use to reproduce. And in more local news, the city of Macomb's alderman seat for the 2nd Ward is vacant. 5 people have applied for the position after Steve Whalen resigned from the council after 2 years. Mayor Mike Inman says Whalen resigned to continue his education as a graduate student.
Taking his email that he sent to us on August 15th indicating that he had vacated his seat from the city council due to a change in his residency and taking some graduate coursework at Western's Quad Cities campus. So
Whalen covered the 2nd Ward, which includes Western Illinois University. Mayor Inman told News 3 that one applicant is a WIU student. The city is now accepting applications until this Friday. The council plans on filling the spot by the beginning of October.
And the Macomb Board of Education is doing something new to recognize teachers for their hard work. At last night's Board of Education meeting, business teacher Murray Potter and her students came to talk about their summer trip to Spain and France. Potter spent most of the time spotlighting the students, not knowing it was about who she would be getting a shout out. The board presented her with the first ever Macomb Bombers marble coaster to recognize her dedication to the trip abroad. And Mrs. Potter had a special connection to the coaster.
And I looked at it and I thought, that's my son's design. And so that was cool. So I'm really excited to get one because it was his design from a couple years ago when he was a student here.
Mrs. Potter is a wonderful teacher. She's very dedicated to her students and dedicated to getting them on the right track. And I think that she really deserved the recognition that she got tonight.
Another teacher was recognized later in the meeting for her work with 6th graders and microscopes.
Dance Marathon is back at WIU for its 4th year. News 3 talked to the Dance Marathon Executive Board about their upcoming 5K.
We're really hoping to get some community involvement with that. It's our first one ever. We're really excited about it, and I think it'll be a lot of fun.
The organization hopes to raise at least $100,000 for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals this year. The 5K takes place Saturday at 9 a.m. and will begin and end at the Old Dairy. If you want to sign up to run 3.1 miles for the kids, there's still time. Go to the website on the screen and sign up by Friday if you want a t-shirt. Registration is $25 before Friday and $30 after that.
Campus organizations open the doors on a new building. The Campus Students for Christ held a ribbon cutting on Saturday. They celebrated the addition of a sanctuary onto the apartment building. They had free food and inflatables. University representatives came to say a few words. The Campus Students for Christ have been at WIU since 1969. CSC leader Barry Reed says they have been planning the new addition since 2012. Reed says the new building will allow them to do more for the students.
And it means that more students will get a chance to benefit from the teaching, from the community, from possibly the service opportunities that they might be able to be a part of, mission trips locally and internationally, and we hope to see their lives change as a result of it.
Campus Students for Christ holds most of their events in the new building, but they still have their Sunday church services in the Student Union.
The WIU College of Fine Arts and Communication is challenging the Macomb campus community to help raise money. Saturday, October 15th, COFAC will sponsor a Rocky Quest. The quest is to raise money for the WIU Rocky on Parade Scholarship Fund. Community members are encouraged to post pictures with all of the unique Rocky statues around Macomb. Photos can be uploaded to social media with the hashtag Rocky Quest for a chance to win prizes.
And local kids are putting on a show this weekend. You're going to want to see it. It's called Meet the Creeps, and it's at the Macomb Community Theater. Kids as young as 5 years old are in the play. There will still be shows this weekend, and of course you can find their contact information at the Macomb Community Theaters to RSVP. The phone numbers and the websites are on your screen here. Give us one moment. There we go. You can see them on the screen here. You're going to want to make sure that you can go and see Meet the Creeps.
Governor Rauner is stepping up his public relations this afternoon. We take a look at what he did to connect with the people of Illinois, and it has to do with a popular website.
And the Macomb Homeless Shelter is still in the works. We'll see what's standing in the way of finishing the work on the house. And Matthew Hutchison has a preview in sports. What's up, Matt?
Hey, Emily, now no WIU football this weekend, but still plenty of action on campus, including the WIU men's soccer team. Find out who had a breakout performance later in sports. And Devin Biggs is back in the studio today. He has a quick look at weather. What can we expect, Devin?
Well, we got more hot and humid conditions going on right now. A live look at our webcam showing some sunshine and a mixture of clouds at this point. Temperatures are very summer-like at this point. Coming up, we could be seeing a cool down. I'll let you know when that cool down arrives after this.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 is back in a moment.
I think just working with everybody in the newsroom, everybody has such a great camaraderie. All the opportunities that I've been given here have just been amazing to expand on that resume. I try not to beat myself up for the mistakes I make because there's so many opportunities. Just getting that experience, and this is how I got to do things in the real world, is really what the broadcasting and journalism department does for me. And you have a really good show and everybody nailed it. I mean, that's one of the best feelings in the world.
5 children struggles with hunger in America, support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Garrett Covington chose Western Illinois University because of the law enforcement program and the chance to be a Leatherneck.
Western has one of the best law enforcement programs in the nation, and I get to play the game of love. Whether I go pro or I go to law school, because of Western, I will take my success to another level. I am a success story. I am a Leatherneck.
Think purple, think success. Think Western Illinois University.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
Governor Bruce Rauner decided to step up his social media game today. He used that new thing called Facebook Live to answer questions from people in Illinois.
Next question comes from someone named Rosemarie Adcock. She asks about, she says, is there any hope of reducing property taxes in Illinois? And my answer is yes, there is hope.
To have more Facebook videos like this in the future. It ended up being 26 minutes long. It's on his Facebook page if you'd like to go see it. He welcomes people to contact his office with questions for the next one.
People are making a difference by going for a walk. The Walk to End Alzheimer's was this Saturday. The event was at Veterans Park in Macomb. Walkers took a lap to show their support. They also did fundraising prior to the event. The money goes to the Alzheimer's Association. Association funds research and health care for people with the disease. Many of the walkers know someone affected by Alzheimer's. One woman talked about her cousin and his struggle with the disease.
Like dealing with helping support his wife and kids as they deal with the change he's going through and helping him try to remember a little as much as he can, you know.
More than 100 people came to the walk on Saturday, and the event raised more than $18,000.
Some may wear a necklace, plant a tree, or hang a picture to remember a lost loved one. Instead, one lady remodeled a car to keep the memory of her dad alive. Cars from the 1950s, 60s, 70s, and even in today's age showed off their shiny paint jobs and big engines at one of the biggest car shows in Macomb on Saturday that took place at Farm King. Denise Montgomery brought her dad's car to compete in the show, but she wasn't there to win. Instead, she wanted to live on what her dad would have wanted.
Well, it was my dad's car. He had stored it for 28 years. It was his dream car, and he always wanted to finish it, but he had 6 kids to raise.
Denise says her and her husband remodeled the inside along with the engine to be able to show off the car and enjoy it leisurely. Since the interior was redone, Denise has her favorite part of the car, and it's the seat her dad would be sitting in.
The favorite part about the car is the driver's seat, because that's where my dad would have been riding.
Denise says she was close to her dad, and this is her way to remind people that even though we lose our loved ones, we can still keep them close to our heart.
Great story, Emily. Genesis Garden is almost to its goal of becoming the first homeless shelter in McDonough County. Organizer Will Wetzel spoke to city officials Monday night explaining how grateful he is for all the volunteers.
450 unique volunteers who've given 1,500 hours of community service. 60% of those are from Western Illinois University students and staff, and faculty, and the other 40% are community members.
They received the building in January for the shelter. Genesis Garden says they hope to finish the exterior of the home before winter, but the interior has a way to go. They say they still need about $35,000. You can go to the website to donate online. It's genesisgarden.org, or you can mail your donation to 133 South Randolph Street in Macomb. Genesis Garden says that any size gift will help. All donations are tax deductible.
And another day of warm temperatures and sweat. They are sweating in that gym right now, as you can see. But don't worry, Storm Team's 3 Devin Biggs is in the Weather Center next with a forecast for the week.
A single ember from a wildfire can travel over a mile. That ember can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where that ember will land. Only what happens before it does. Visit fireadapted.org to learn how you can help protect your community from wildfires.
I think what I love most about NEWS3 is that we're really provided with a real-world experience. We're able to get hands-on work in news, and it's very similar to what you would find in a real newsroom, but everyone around here is really good about pushing you to be your best. NEWS3 has really taught me to believe in myself and that if you work hard, you can achieve anything you want. News can sometimes be really tricky, and you have a lot of roadblocks. All of us hold each other to really high standards, and I think that really shows in our newscasts.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your nurturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Now, from the Storm Team 3 Weather Center, here's Devin Biggs.
Welcome back to Live at 4 on a very warm and humid afternoon. We'll look at our current surface map at this point. It's showing a weak cold front moving through, not much fanfare with it, just maybe a little bit of a few clouds, but nothing to get excited about. But man, we see the temperatures that have really warmed up today on our almanac page. We're normally supposed to be at 76 and 52 this time of year. We hit 90 degrees today, and that actually happened right at around the 4 o'clock hour, so that's not very beautiful. And our morning low this morning was, of course, 61 degrees. A look at our Midwest weather tracker. Of course, nothing here at home at this point. We do have some rain up in Iowa right behind the Midwest weather tracker title, but nothing exciting for our neck of the woods. Temperatures, again, they're in the 90s, 94 in Quincy. That is hot. So hopefully you are drinking plenty of water at this point. And our futurecast for tonight is not very entertaining at this point either, because we have no rain coming for excuse me, for a while. Cold front will move through tonight, but it'll start to lift back up as a warm front, which will continue to bring in the heat and humidity for the rest of the week. And of course, tomorrow night we will see the heat and humidity continue to move in as that warm front lifts up to the north. Temperatures for tonight will basically be in the upper 60s, with tomorrow being in the upper 80s, excuse me, with Quincy and a few areas could hit around 90, so nothing too exciting. And of course, as we look at tomorrow night, again, upper 60s will basically be the same as we proceed into the rest of the week, basically into tomorrow night. Fall's almost here. Take a look at our, first day of fall is Thursday, September 22nd at 9:21 a.m. on Thursday. So it's calendar-wise, it's supposed to be fall, but it's not going to feel like it this week, as it'll continue to feel like summer. Your forecast for tonight will be clear skies, with a low of 68. Winds will be out of the southeast at 5 miles per hour. And tomorrow, as my graphics advance, it'll be partly sunny with highs of around 76. Winds will be out of the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And as we take a look at our NEWS3 exclusive 5-day forecast, there we go. My graphics are not cooperating with me today. Not basically showing some a mix of clouds and sun over the next few days, but again, no rain until Sunday, so that's when we'll start seeing cool down and hopefully maybe a taste of fall. Megan and Emily, back to you in the studio. Sorry, not much cool air, but a little bit on the way.
Devin, I really wanted some cooler air. At least it's fall. Fall is my favorite season.
Yes.
That's on Thursday.
It's inside. All right, now Matthew Hutchinson joins us with all the latest in athletics.
Yes, it was a very busy weekend for both Macomb High and Western Illinois athletics. Macomb High volleyball team returned to the court after a long-awaited break, and WIU men's soccer look to keep their win streak alive at home. Highlights and more are next.
We taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time did he spend teaching him?
what not it.
Hey, Hard, what's this? That's my resignation letter. You're resigning. Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you do stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay, but remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors and to follow the swimming rules. You tell me to stay away from drugs, to always buckle my seatbelt.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
My favorite thing about NEWS3 is you're constantly working with someone. If you're not going to work with someone, then your show's not going to go right. NEWS3 has really got me ready and prepared for the outside world. Traveling to do a tornado story, or if that even means traveling to Iowa to cover third graders, I get to work with some fantastic people. It wouldn't be the show that it was today without the production crew, without our anchors, without our talent. It's really a team effort, and I'm beyond blessed to be able to be here.
Welcome back. I'm Matthew Hutchison with sports. After coming off a loss to Monmouth Roseville last Wednesday, the Bombers look to regroup back at home. With the score tied at 1 apiece, Beardstown almost gets a goal off this free kick, but no one can touch it on that. Still 1-1. And right into the second half, the Tigers got on the board after a well-placed shot in the far corner of the net. Then the Bombers would get back on the board after a free kick from Ben Williams. Takes a wacky box, goes over the Beardstown goalkeeper. Captain Cameron Baker just pokes that in, one for the Bombers, 2-2. The Tigers send a cross into the box, and the back line for MHS can't stop it as Beardstown puts that one in the back of the net. That was a pretty easy goal right there as Beardstown went to cruise on that game. Macomb would drop this one 9-2, moving to 3-8-1 on the year. The Bombers have been struggling at home so far this year as they've played some pretty top teams in the state of Illinois. Up next for the Bombers will be the Canton Little Giants this Tuesday at 4:30 for football. Staying with Macomb High, the Bombers volleyball look to improve their 10-6 record on the year. Macomb High Bombers played host to the West Hancock Titans on Tuesday night. Bombers entered the night with a 9-6 record. Early the first set tied at 6 apiece. Number 12, Lexi Lezer, blocks the Titans' return and puts Macomb up early. Later in the first half, Haley Coker's serve would be too much for Westcock to handle. Bombers go ahead by 4. Then on Mentrinch's serve, Lezer would set up the MHS point with bumping it to Dively, and Farr would finish it with a huge kill right here. Once again, with some nice passing from Macomb off the serve, MHS would lay another kill on the Titans. And now, this time, Jordan Hare would get on the action with the spike. That was too fast for West Hancock to even react. The Lady Bombers didn't just score by kills, but also by blocks, too. Coker makes it look too easy on that one. Macomb would go on to win 2 straight sets against the Titans, winning the first set 25-18 and the second set 25-14. Next up is a trip to Carthage to take on the Illini West Chargers later tonight. Game time is set for 7 o'clock. Moving over to Western sports, the WIU men's soccer team played their third and final game of their home series. Western, riding a 2-game win streak, would take on the 1-3 Kansas City Kangaroos. After giving up an early goal, WIU responded in the 33rd minute when Fernando Pacheco finds senior Jake Bevan, who puts that in the back of the net, picking up his 3rd goal of the season, and the game even at 1 apiece. From the assist on the first goal to the one that scores, Pacheco has no difficulty with this one, putting it past keeper Erico. Leathernecks up 2-1 in the 40th minute. Then the man of the match, Jacob Bevan, pokes this one right past UMKC for his 2nd goal of the game. WIU up 3-1. And the senior from Oxford, England, wasn't quite done yet as he puts his 3rd and final goal of the game, helping him earn Summit League Offensive Player of the Week. Western would go on and win this one with a final score of 4-1. Improving a rough start to the season, Leathernecks are now 3-3-1 on the 26th season. Up next for the Leathernecks is a trip to Bradley to take on the 1-5 Braves. Staying with Western Athletics, the volleyball team made it all the way to the championship game at the Hampton Inn Leatherneck Invitational. Early on in this one, it was all Weber State. Washington on the serve for Western. The freshman makes a nice play off the huge spike from senior Megan Thompson. The Wildcat Megan Geeding would blow that one by WIU right here. Staying in the first set still, junior Amanda Varley unleashes a colossal kill. Simmons didn't even have a chance on that one at all. Moving to the second set, the Leathernecks showed more life. Abby Skird picks up the go-ahead point on the ball handling error by the Wildcats. After some back and forth play later in the second set, freshman middle hitter Riley Schumacher comes over the block to put the Leathernecks down by 2. Later, just some poor passing and communication between Weber State keeps Western into the game. Weber State would go on and take the second set 25-19. Then WIU would almost get the block there, but the ball takes a Wildcat bounce. The Leathernecks would make it interesting by forcing a fourth set after dropping the first 2, but the undefeated Wildcats would go on and win this one. Weber State would be crowned Hampton Inn Invitational champs. The Leathernecks did finish the Invitational with a 2-1 record, beating Southeast Missouri and Drake, improving their overall record to 3-11. WIU would go on and finish second in the Invitational, only losing 5 sets total. Up next for the Leathernecks is 4-10 St. Louis Billikens inside Western Hall tonight. The game is set for 6 o'clock and it can be seen on ESPN3. That's all for sports. Final word is next.
Hillary Dunn was convinced that Western Illinois University would invest in her.
My classes, friends, teachers, and activities have had a tremendous impact on my time here.
Hillary's passion for learning and helping others will lead her down a successful path.
Whether I choose graduate school or missionary work, I'll serve to the best of my ability because I am a success story. I am a Leatherneck.
Think purple, think success. Think Western Illinois University.
Struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
I'd have to say it's just the fact that you can get involved right away. You walk in the door and you can learn all the equipment. And I've been able to anchor, I've been able to be a DJ on our student-run radio station here. I've been able to work any of the camera equipment and the audio equipment. The fact that you can get involved right away. Everybody's really friendly. They welcome you right when you walk in the door. And you report the news, but you can also have fun stories and hard news stories and conflicting stories. But yet you just get such a real-life experience here at NEWS3.
Welcome back to Live at 4. Before we leave you, we've got a look at the 5-day forecast. Devin, do you have some good news for us?
Maybe at the end of the week. We got to get through a lot of upper 80s and mid 80s throughout the rest of the week with storm chances on Sunday and maybe hopefully find some cooler weather.
Well, I mean, I guess autumn is on Thursday, right?
Autumn is on Thursday.
What?
9:21 a.m. Central Daylight Time.
So that means when I wake up on Thursday at 8:30, it's still summer.
Yes.
Only for a little bit.
Your last chance at summer. Thank you, Devin. That's all for us today.
But we're online all the time. You can follow us. You can find us on news3wiu.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. You can search our handle, News3WIU. You can also search for us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
And from all of us here at News 3, have a good night, Macomb.